This is a response to the Gray Man's private video. Some of my subscribers might not be able to get that, but I thought I'd respond anyway. Um, he was discussing that he was getting a little bit too, um, maybe not obsessed, but a little bit too into prepping and not as much into quality of life and all that. And I can relate because I was there back in early 2008, late 2007. I was like, I was going a little overboard. I was like, seriously concerned, seriously stressed. Um, and then, um, actually, I stayed that way through most of 2008. Then around early 2009, or around 2009, I started throttling back a little bit, and instead of just sprinting constantly, I sort of dropped back to a jog that I could maintain for a while. And then I actually started. I was watching too much of that radio talk show. Geez, what's his name? The big 9/11 truther. But I mean, I agree with a lot of what he says. But man, I was really starting to stress out hard. And then finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I started like only listening to the show like once a week, but I just couldn't handle the stress. And then finally, actually, I started getting into the survival podcast late last year, and that is a little bit more of a sensible way of prepping. I think it's the guy's philosophy is live a better life whether there's a disaster or not, or something like that. But basically, the idea is to make your preparations, your preparedness pay, even if there's no disaster. so so I'm pretty much on board with that. Like paying down debt. That podcast is probably the main reason why I decided to pay off my house, my condo, which of course, just in case anybody doesn't know yet, everybody might be getting tired of me going, I paid it off, I paid it off, but I paid it off. but but anyway, the Gray Man was talking about how he might have been getting into preparedness a little bit too much and a little too intensely, and wasn't taking time to smell the roses. And I am really on board with that. I don't really have much. I mean, I have an extended family. I go see them, and an intermediate family, but I'm one of the kids of the family. I don't have an actual family of my own. Never been divorced either, thank goodness. but but I have friends, and they're coming over tomorrow. And in fact, I'm kind of. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Um, Basically, we all get together and we have a game similar to Dungeons and Dragons, but not quite. It's called D20 Modern. It uses some of the same rules, only instead of spellcraft and whatnot, you've got machine guns. And I go a little bit more into the game as far as like equipment goes than most people. My gamers actually browse through like Cheaper Than Dirt and the NRA shopping manual here for all their weapons, and then I just sort of translate it all into game statistics. And one of the players, he's like a long haul truck driver in the game, and and this is his truck right here. But let me show you my system. That's the truck right there. But anyway, my gaming system. Most people actually have like a mat, and they have markers, and they sort of draw maps, and then you have little figurines you bounce around to determine the location and the tactical aspects. Who can shoot at who, and who has cover and stuff like that. Well, I use an electronic gaming table called it's from a company called RP Tools. It's sort of a open source um, method of running an electronic table. Um, there's like all kinds of horizontal marks here, but that's just camera interference. It's actually a pretty good system. But anyway, this is my area right here where I run the game. I keep all the statistics for the various opponents in that little tablet PC. On that monitor there, I have just another image of the map out in front, and I project it all with a projection system, and I bounce it off this mirror down onto a whiteboard to basically run the game. And as far as it's basically just a way of keeping track of everything. But as far as everybody still has their individual character sheets and rolls dice, physical dice, and they all have to be here. The real purpose of this game is just to have your friends over. But anyway, I also have utilized a really cool accessory right here. It's a Wiimote, and it picks up the infrared sensor or the infrared LED on these little pens, so you can move things around like so, like that. But when I run the game, I have cities, towns, and buildings, and roads, and opponents. You know, little figurines for them. Let's see, enemies. Here we go. Let's try a dragon. Here we go. This thing is also useful for actual Dungeons and Dragons, so a lot of the figurines are D&D like. Not enough cars. I had to download a bunch of cars. Okay. That will be a PC. Okay. There we go. And then you can move that guy around too. So, that's the system, just in case you're kind of curious. So, and it's a hobby, and it's a way to sort of unwind from the week and unwind from all of the bad news we're getting. And in fact, at the end of the week, I can look in the mirror and I can smile, and it looks strained. It looks like it doesn't belong on my face. But after the game, I can look in the mirror, and it looks like it belongs there. Okay, well, that's about all I got for you. Oh, well, all this time I have sort of been working on and off on the bathroom project, yeah, but I haven't been doing enough, but it is progressing. It's not just an empty, gutted thing. Got the toilet in, got the bathtub in, got the backboard in, got it all puttied up. I'll sand it down and throw the surround in. Then I'll throw the doors in, throw the sink in, and then I'll be done. I'm looking for, oh, I got to throw the trim around the floor too. So it's not like I'm not doing anything here. Well, that's about all I got for you. Just saying, take a little time to unwind, smell the roses, that sort of thing. Later.